to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY, New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
The program presented or submitted by members of our community and are a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM. The views expressed do not necessarily reflect those of KNLY 91.1 FM and its affiliates.
Good morning, and God bless you. You are listening to KNLY 91.1 to Boss. I am Orlando Daniels on today's Entrepreneur, and I want to introduce you to my guests. I'm excited about them, and not just what they contribute to the community and society, but just who they are all together. I want to introduce to you Mr. Chris Turner and Miss Victoria Lakin.
How's it going? Yeah, we're here. Chris Turner. Turner Home Improvement is our company. We're a full-service remodeling and home repair company based here in Conroe. We'd love to take care of you.
Now, before we get right over into it, because he's kind of dragging, and I'm really trying to figure out why he's dragging. Because if anybody knows me, you all know I love my caramel macchiato upside down stirred with the extra caramel and whip from Starbucks. I'm a Starbucks man. Give me that can, sir. Yeah. This guy comes in here with Starbucks double shot energy drink, and he's still sleeping, like still yawning. And part of that is because of his passion, his overall desire as a business owner and an entrepreneur to provide the best service. So, Chris, tell me a little bit. How did you get over into home improvement?
So, I kind of always had that hustler mentality my whole life. I started my first business, I was probably 11, 12 years old, cutting yards and things like that. And I had a problem with authority. Working for other people, it just never worked out. I'd work somewhere for a couple years and I'd end up butting heads with somebody. And finally, when Hurricane Harvey happened, I decided, you know what, it's time to strike out on my own. This is the perfect opportunity for me to start my own business and get going on my own, not having to clock in on somebody else's clock, and really take that leap of faith and start my own business, not just a side hustle and kind of doing things here and there.
When I, get an opportunity to bring people on this platform and talk to them in reference to not only the things that is tied to their overall purpose, but their overall passion. And right. I think you've heard me say this before, that your peace, your peace will always abide where your passion is. Right. When people hear the term, and this is just one of those, things that I think we can talk about for days, but the word hustle, right, it's been looked at from a negative connotation. Right. But we understand that it's just about being a go-getter, being absolutely a trendsetter, someone that is actually in the overall pursuit of what it is they believe they've been called to do. Right. And God ignites that in us. And you said for you, it was Harvey. Yep. That literally, and then also bumping heads with other people, and realizing that, hey, I'm called to do something a little bit different. Here's something I want to bring up, because we had an opportunity to talk and to share earlier in the green room while waiting to come on, and we talked about being an entrepreneur and knowing that you have not only a great support system in Victoria, but she also has her own hustle. She has her own vision. Right. She's not just someone that pushes and motivates you, but she has her own hustle. She has her own vision. Absolutely. And I love the fact that you all are able to work or find the balance in it. But here's something that I mentioned, and I want to give Victoria an opportunity, as well as yourself, to actually share just a little bit. We said that it can be challenging trying to establish a relationship with someone who doesn't understand your hustle, doesn't understand your grind, don't understand what motivates you, what wakes you up, what puts you to bed, what has you drinking double shot energy drinks. So how did the two of you decide that, hey, not just having a relationship, because that's a business within itself. Right. How do you balance it out? Who wants to answer that question for me?
Go ahead, Luke.
How do we balance our relationship out?
Uh-huh.
We do try to make a lot of time for ourselves. And we talked about earlier today, we've got 2 little ones. We've got a 4-month-old boy and a 3, almost 4-year-old little girl. So our time is very structured, and I do all of our scheduling. So we have to make valuable time for ourselves, valuable time for our kids, time for our businesses, and just trying to keep all of those logistics together. I mean, it's everything for us, especially in this season of life.
Now, when you all got together, because when we talk about relationships and building businesses together, for me, I'm single, and one of the things I tell people is she has to have something that I can come alongside and help her build and birth. If she doesn't, it won't work for me, because I know what I'm called to do. I understand entrepreneurship. I understand the hustle. I understand what it is that God has actually graced me in. So the 2 of you and you all coming together, you all did not see Turner Homes, I'm sure.
No.
You did not see
No, not at all.
Lakin's photography. You didn't see any of these things, and you definitely didn't see the 2 kids.
No.
So how
Absolutely
did
not.
you all meet and then decide that, we're not just going to build a relationship, but we're going to build brands and businesses?
So we met. We actually met in Florida. I was working on the road. I was working for a big construction company. We were working in the plants, traveling all around the U.S. And I met her in Florida. We kind of hit it off, talked on the phone for a few months, and then one day I called her and I said, "Look, I'm buying a plane ticket. Load up your car. You're coming to Texas. You're moving in. We're gonna do this. I'm tired of talking on the phone. Like, if we're gonna be together, let's do it." And
It was very...
yeah. And originally she, when she came to Texas, she got a job teaching dance and stuff, and I was obviously working in the plants and everything. And just from seeing her hustle, like when she was working at the dance studio, obviously she had her 9 to 5, I guess you would say, her regular dance classes. But then on the weekends, she would do private lessons, and she would come home and on the weekends with $700-800 just doing private lessons. So I was like, wow, she's really hustling. She's really, taking the initiative. And that kind of motivated me and put the spark in me to stop working for somebody else and start my own thing, because I know with my experience and all the jobs that I've had before in the past that I'm very capable of starting my own business and being very successful at it. And with a woman like her by my side, we're gonna get it done and we're gonna crush it.
I'm in the wrong field. I just think I got the wrong career, because if just dancing gonna get me that kind of bread, I may need to work this sciatic nerve issue out and learn how to do a couple of 1-2-1-2.
Right.
To hear you say or to share your story, one of the things that I thought about while you were talking was it doesn't take long for us to know.
Yep.
It doesn't take long for us to know, and we have to be able to see more with whomever. And so her hustle actually motivated your hustle, or motivated you to actually step outside of the box of being employed to now being the employer.
Exactly.
How has that transition been?
It's been hard. It's not. It's definitely not an easy thing to do. Running a business is a hard thing to do, and it's not for everybody. Not everybody can deal with the stress and the late nights and up all night and having the kids. She's great with kind of letting me do my thing with the business and taking care of the kids at the same time. She takes a lot of the load. Like I said, it's not an easy thing to do. It's not for everybody, but for me, it's hard. It's a challenge.
But
I don't want to do
anything
anything
different.
Wouldn't do anything different.
We
No.
wouldn't do it any other way. I
No.
couldn't imagine. I remember, it's funny because I was teaching dance up until, last December, right before I had my son, and it was probably the year before that I came to him and we were getting serious about this business. Now, he tells you that he got involved because of Harvey, and he did, but what he left out is that he was down there doing rescues.
Yeah.
He did
Wow.
boat rescues for Harvey, so he saw all that damage firsthand. Like, I was terrified. I'm like, you're leaving? You're going to go get in that? We've got a baby. Are you serious right now? He's like, yeah, like, and I've got to go. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm just going to trust it's all going to be okay. But, not long after that, I felt, and I told him this, I was like, God told me to set my passion aside and put it here?
You know, I have these S's that I teach, you know, especially, you know, biblically. I tell people there are 3 areas that will get you promoted. And one is making sacrifices.
Absolutely.
One of the things I'll be mentioning tonight, and I met you all with BizConnect, is that what you make happen for others, God will make happen for you.
That's right.
That whenever you start seeing, and that's what, when we talk about relational, you have to see someone's potential, you have to see their greatness, and you have to see this as an investment. You made a statement in saying it's not for everybody.
Yep.
And I think we talked about entrepreneurship is definitely not for everybody, just like college is not for everybody.
Yep.
Everybody's not called to be a singer.
Yes,
Some
sir.
people need to stay in the shower.
Absolutely.
But you have to
me.
know, yeah, you have to know your grace. You have to know your anointing. You have to know what it is that you have been purposed to do. And I just say this often, that God created us with other people in mind.
Right.
So imagine you all meeting the way that you did. God saw the big picture.
Yep.
The big picture was not just KNLY 91.1 The Boss, meeting me, BizConnect, but it's all of the people that you all are able to get out and service in
Right.
regards to home improvement. And you all do something a little bit different than most home improvement, people, because you correlate what Lakin does and then also what you already do.
Yep.
When we hear the scripture that says being equally yoked, people don't realize it's not about beliefs, it's about hustle.
Right.
It's like, I can't date someone or be with someone that doesn't resemble or reflect the same hustle or understand the same grind.
Right.
So it's good that she saw that with you and was willing to make that sacrifice.
Yeah.
So how do you, because you mentioned it being hard, and we just finished talking about being able to trust someone else with your brand, trust someone else with your vision. How do you do that?
That's hard too. It's all hard. It's all not easy. I have to trust that my guys, my crew, they know what I expect. They
Okay.
know what I want, and they know that I will not accept anything less than perfect. It has to be perfect. That's what our business is all about. We don't sell remodels. We don't sell repairs. We sell an experience. I was talking to Lakin a minute ago in the green room about I would make the comparison of there's 100 other remodeling companies out there, right? And I see those guys as like McDonald's, right? Everybody's standard run of the mill. We are Chick-fil-A. When you come to us, you are going to feel special. We want you to feel special from start to finish. The
We
way
will
that we
handhold you
Yeah.
and love you through the whole
Absolutely.
process. You need me late at night, I'm there.
Yep.
Within reason, we do set boundaries, but we make ourselves totally available to our clients, and we don't overwhelm ourselves on our business side to where we can't do that.
Yep.
I tell people, no one will ever uphold what you never upheld. So set a standard. Leave room for
Exactly.
trial and error. You have to leave that not only for yourself but for others.
Yep.
So here's what I want you to do, because you mentioned McDonald's and then you mentioned Chick-fil-A, and Chick-fil-A is from the A, so I love ATL
Yeah,
all
right,
together. And Chick-fil-A. His motto, if you've never gotten one of Truett Cathy's books, get it.
Okay.
Get one of his books. His books on leadership and things of that nature are great books. But here's what I want you to do, because people need to know, just like Burger King, you can have it your way.
Right.
And in order to have it your way, they need to get in contact with Turner Home Improvement. Give them some information: Facebook, Instagram, phone number.
So Facebook is Turner Home Improvement Remodels. Instagram is at Turner Home Improvement. Our phone number is 936-931-8656. Email is turnerhomeimprovement@yahoo.com.
Listen, I want you all to connect with this wonderful couple, this awesome business entrepreneur. Give him another reason to buy Double Shot energy drink. Please do. Give him
Keep me
another
up
reason.
late.
Keep him up. Keep him
Keep me
working.
up.
Keep
Keep me
him
going.
employed. He got kids, and I'm certain they're not through based on the love language that they communicate and exemplify with each other. So I encourage you, if you don't see the information on KNLY 91.1's The Boss's page, you will also see the information on mine. Follow me, Orlando Daniels, Facebook, Instagram. Get this information. Get in contact with them. And then, look, I want you all to get prepared. Next week, the 29th, I'm bringing back the wife without the husband.
right.
Because we got another business we want to promote. We want you all to know all that they're doing, not only collectively but individually. So once again, thanks to my great tech, Mr. Ivan, that's over there working, always giving me the thumbs up. And most importantly, thank you to the both of you for coming on and being a part.
Thanks for having me.
Listen, you gotta, what was it you said? You gotta know when to let go.
Exactly. Got to
Hey,
know when to let go.
All the people that are employed by Mr. Chris Turner, he's gonna let go because he got some other things he got to do. So
That's right.
he has to do. So we need you all to trust the process, but also come alongside and keep being a part of what they're building. They're building more than just a brand. They're creating experiences for everyone.
Exactly.
So you all be blessed. Once again, I'm your host Orlando Daines of Today Entrepreneur, and this is KNLY 91.1 The Boss. You all make it a great week. See me tonight, Biz Connect.
That's
Big
right.
Text, Big
Be
Text.
there.
Be there. I promise you, you want to come. All business owners are going to be there. You all get there. We're going to show you a great time. You all be blessed.